Come on now. Break it down. Oh, yeah. The smooth sounds of notary stamping. Ah, that's right. It's time to relax and enjoy ourselves after a long, hard day of stamping and dropping documents off to FedEx and UPS. Running all over town, scan bags and missing stamps and going back and correcting signatures. That's what we did today. And now it's time for us to relax and just decompress for a moment and get right back at it and print some more documents for tomorrow. That's where we at. All right, all right. What's going on, party people? Where y'all coming from? You know me, I'm out here in the good old 757 Virginia. Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. Let me make my mm-mm-mm. Oh yeah. It is good to see y'all. Good to see y'all. What's going on, my man? Mm-hmm. Yep. Hit the like button. Have a seat and join us for a few moments here. We're not going to be on here too long. We're going to get right on into it, and we have a little something that we're going to be doing to help notaries get to where they need to be. All right. All right. Good evening, notary community. Yep. Hit the like button, because when you hit the like button, YouTube pushes it out more. So hit the like button so YouTube will push it out, because YouTube, if they don't think there's any interaction, they don't push the video. That's why I ask y'all to just comment, say where you're coming from, because the more you interact, the more YouTube believes that you want to see this and other people should see this. So interact by clicking the like button as well as hitting that chat. So tell me where you're coming from. Tell me how your day been. Matter of fact, how has this month been? I'm at 71 closings for the month. So if I don't do anything else outside of what I've already done and got scheduled, I'm at 71 appointments. I would say appointments that includes mortgage related and non-mortgage related. I'm at 71 appointments for the month. So what are y'all doing? How are y'all at? Are you at 50? Are y'all at 20? You're at 80? I know we got one viewer. He said that he was at 81 a couple of days ago. So I'm trying to catch up with him. And I actually was hoping that I would hit probably around 85, 90 for this month, but it don't look like it. So I'm at least focusing on 75, given the fact that we got the 25th holiday and then the 31st a holiday. So hopefully I can get another 4 or 5 in there before the end of the month, and be hopefully at least another 4, and then I'll be at 75. I'll take 80. And if something came up for me to do on December 25th, I'm on it. I got 2 for tomorrow, and then about 2 or 3 after that, on the 26th. So I am, personally, I'm ready. I'm ready to keep going. I got 4 on the 26th. So 2 on the 24th, nothing on the 25th, 4 on the 26th, nothing on, and then right now, nothing else after the 26th. But I'm sure something will pop up. And there was more that I could have did today, but it was real late. It was like 9 o'clock at night. Actually, yeah, at 9 o'clock tonight. And I was like, I just didn't feel like trying. I just didn't feel like trying to do it. I'm serious. All right. Good shot. Good shot. So let's get right on into it. All right. Thank you very much. So this here now, for those of you who got some some time here with me, you're gonna be like, Griff, I thought you didn't do notary training online. And I'm gonna explain that. Because see, I ain't forgotten. I know y'all ain't forgot. My man said I had 7 apostilles in Northern Virginia and 12 closing. All right. Good shot. One closing in Lynchburg after Christmas. All right. Way to go, my man. Way to go. Way to go. And a good buddy, Frank, 6 so far. But I'm small time, but trying. I like that. I like that. So what we got going on here is a couple of weeks ago, Ebony Locke, and y'all know who Ebony is. Y'all see a picture on the thumbnail. Ebony came to me asking me about helping with some notary training. So let me do something real quick and let me add that. So y'all see Ebony here. So me and Ebony, we've known each other for a good little while here. And she came to me about doing some training because she's moving forward into doing signing company. She's farming out work. She's one of the best notary marketers there is. So she knows how to get in there and get work from places that I probably couldn't get it from. Okay. She has that charisma. And then she gets to work and then she sends it out to other notaries. She pays on time. She pays good. None of that's the problem. But she's running into a little bit of a hiccup where a lot of notaries are not performing the duties of the notary part correctly. And because of that, it's making her, what she's doing, hard because she's potentially losing business, things of that nature, because notaries aren't doing what they're supposed to be doing. And this is what I've always shared with y'all. We get so hyped up on the marketing that we forget to learn how to do the job. So she came to me and asked me would I work with her, partner with her to do some notary training. And we're going to do it online. So I've already been working for the last year and a half, probably 2, when I really think about it, on doing the in-person training that I do, finding a way to do it online. I've worked with several of my channel members and doing stuff with them online, and it's worked out pretty well. So I have an idea of how to make it work, and we're going to put it all to the test this upcoming Sunday, the 29th at 8 p.m. And the goal is to help people to really and truly understand how to properly notarize these documents. Let me zoom this in. Oh, ooh, that's a little bit big there. So hopefully that's big enough for y'all to see. But the whole thing is because we're having problems in the notary industry with people understanding notary verbiage and the different certificates, how to correctly fill out the journal, what to do if you make a mistake. Those are some of the basic things that we are having problems with. And let's just be real, as I've always said, and we know it's true, that the vast majority of the notary trainers out there, that's not what they're focused on. They're focused on helping you to get more exposure. But the problem is, once you get exposed, they're finding out that you don't know how to do the job. You don't know how to do this stuff right here. And because you don't know how to do this stuff, you're not getting calls to come back and do additional work. So we have to get that together. And it's going to be the 29th of this month, December, 8 p.m. Eastern time. The cost is $27.57. If you use the promo code notary, you get 20% off, which comes out to $20 even. All of the information is in the description, so take a look. And we're going to do this, and we're going to make this bad boy pop. Okay, so this is just a culmination of everything that I've been sharing with y'all for the last 3 years about what we need to do to get better in this notary business. And let's just be real. Where we're at in the notary business is simply, we got to police ourselves. Nobody's policing the lenders, nobody's policing the title company, and nobody's policing the signing companies. And what I mean by that is, if a signing company doesn't pay us, we don't have the ability to go tell the other signing companies, like ask them, hey, why don't you have a talk with your signing company buddy? They're like, look, we're independent. We don't know what they're doing, why they're doing that. We ain't worried about them. But for some reason, everybody wants us to help each other out and to get the other notaries who cutting the food to stop cutting the food. And that's why you have so many people trying to do all of this training and mentoring and coaching and all of this, and it still hasn't worked. That's the issue. A lot of this stuff hasn't worked and hasn't moved us into a position of less errors and more confidence in doing the notary work. So hopefully this will be the start of helping notaries to move forward and gaining the confidence that they need and desire. And thanks again for hitting the like button, and feel free to share in your social media this here video. The more and more people can see it, whether they come in live or catch the replay. So, everybody succeed. She wants to see people succeed. Everybody succeed. But we can't succeed by making mistakes. That's the thing. We can't succeed by making mistakes. I got to turn my music off. Sorry about that, y'all. We can't succeed by making mistakes. We got to get the errors out of there. Okay? It's nothing wrong with marketing. I love marketing to a degree, personally. I love marketing because you get to express yourself and tell people who you are. But what good does it do to tell people who you are when you can't do what you said you can do? And when you really think about it, how much of what we do is truly based on marketing? Okay. There's a restaurant here called Dave's Hot Chicken. I've seen the building one time, but there's been 3 times when I've gone in the general vicinity doing closings that the signers that I'm meeting with have all told me, hey, if like I said, they said, what you doing? And it seemed like always at around either lunchtime or dinner time. I said, yeah, I'm gonna go home and eat. Hey, you need to check out Dave's Hot Chicken. Oh, okay. You need to check out Dave's Hot Chicken. Okay. I went and checked it out. It was decent. I'm a little bit more critical when it comes to food, but I was like, okay, I can see eating this. I can see eating this. Matter of fact, the chicken tenders was about as wide as my phone. I mean, they were way bigger than Chick-fil-A, way bigger than Chick-fil-A tent. I was like, now this stuff here will keep you full. Okay. But I got there because other people were happy about that product and they told me. I hadn't seen any commercials, any flyers, but when I got there, they did the job right. They fixed great food, came out quick, and it was delicious. Is that something? And the only reason why it had a little bit too much fajita seasoning on it and a little too much, a little twinge of spice, and I'm not big on spice. So that's why I said it was decent. Without the spice, I think, in my opinion, I'd be like, yeah, okay. But the sauce they had was on point. All of that. So everything outside of the spice part to it was decent, was very good, and to be honest with you. But when you think about it, I can't think of the last time I saw a Cheesecake Factory commercial. We see McDonald's and Burger King all the time. How much are you going to them? You don't hardly ever see Chick-fil-A commercials, but you go to them because of the reputation that you've heard from others. So, in other words, because Chick-fil-A is doing what they're supposed to do correctly, you go there. Why people got tired of McDonald's? Because the ice cream machine was always broke. They didn't advertise it was broke, but everybody told you it was broke. Word of mouth is what can really build your business. But what gives people the reason to spread your name, your business name by word of mouth is you doing your job correctly. The more people do things right for you, you will tell other people about them. The more you do right for other people, they will tell people about you. If you can't do what you're supposed to do correctly, why would I share with other people who I value and I value my relationship with them about you when you can't do the job right. It's nothing wrong with marketing. Feel free to market and tell everybody this, that, and the other. But our goal here with this here is to help you, get to the point of being able to go out here and do the job. When you can do the job, there's no reason for somebody not to hire you unless somebody can do it a little bit better and give them more value. And just so y'all can understand, I get a lot of business because notaries do two things in this area. One, they overcharge, and two, they don't know how to do the job. I get more business because people overcharge. They say, "Well, I'm not going out," and the person is like, "Well, look, we need you to come over to a retirement home to do dot dot dot." And how much? And they say, "Well, it's going to be $150." They're like, "Well, it's only one signature." Well, yeah, it's an inconvenience for me, and this and they come. And see, the way you answer somebody's question and tell them about your pricing is also marketing. And if you market yourself and when they call you as if they're bothering you and as if it's an inconvenience for you to accommodate them and to come meet their need, why would they mess with you? So then the person don't deal with them. Then they don't get a phone call back. They might leave a message saying, "Yeah, we got this, that, and the other. We got one signature. This, that, and the other should take about 10 minutes." Most notaries, now that ain't enough. That ain't worth my time getting up out of my seat. And then they finally call me and I take care of them for them because I'm not trying to charge you $150 for one signature. Or they get somebody because they're desperate and they pay the 150 or whatever, but then the person messed the order up. And then they get back on Google and then they come across me and I give them a fair price and I do the job right. And then next thing you know, what are they doing? Telling somebody else, "You need a notary for your residence at your nursing facility? Give Griff Notary a call. He'll give you a fair price and he'll do the job right." That's what I'm known for in this area. I'm not saying other notaries aren't. I just know what I am. But this comes from me being able to do my job and understand what I'm supposed to do. And that's the whole point of what we're going to be doing on December the 29th at 8 p.m. We're going to make sure everybody who joins us has an opportunity to get questions answered, and to figure out, make sure they got it clear in their hearts and in their minds how to do this job as of a notary so that they're no longer making mistakes. Do we have any questions right now? Any questions? Is my favorite notary online. Thank you. Thank you, Zan Shiri. I hope I said that right. Zan, I'm gonna just say Zan. I'll be jacking people's name. But thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yeah, me and Ebony, we're gonna do this thing. And Ebony has, you know what? I appreciate Ebony because I know there's some people out there that they're a little toward Griff, and she trusts me enough that she will ask me to come take care of her clients for her when she's doing her nursing thing and might be traveling or whatever the case may be. She will call me and say, "Hey, Griff, can you do this?" And probably 90% of the time I'm able to do it. Very rarely do I say no, and if I'm saying no, it's primarily because I'm already booked, not because I don't want to do it. And I don't even care what the price is. She know my answer to her is yes. If I'm available, I'm saying yes, and I get out there and I do it for her and accommodate her. So she knows that if she knows that she has me to do it right. And I don't care about what the pay is. She tell me, "Hey, I'm gonna pay you this." I said, "No problem." I don't negotiate. I just, whatever she says she is able to pay me, that's what I take and I go do the job because I know by me doing my part right for her, it's going to bolster her reputation up with those who she's connected with. So she's connected with people, and then if she can do things right, I mean, if the people who if we do things right, that makes her look good. See, I understand that what she's doing, that's not my forte, but I can support her in what she's doing. What I'm doing may not be her forte. She may not want to go back out into the people's homes and this, that, and the other. So me and her both realized where we're at, and we learned how to work with each other. Not that we didn't understand, but we was like, hey, you're good at this and you're good at that. Let's make this bad boy pop. And that's what we're doing. So what we're trying to do is get the other notaries that are in this area and elsewhere on the same page of doing things correctly. And if you can get to the point of doing things correctly, it's going to help you in this business infinitum. But if you have a reputation, see, your reputation really is going to be you can do the job or you can't. One of the two. The question is which which what reputation you're going to have. Nobody has a, oh wow. You don't want the reputation of, yeah, they market. Oh man, that marketing, that campaign they do is just like shing, just all over the place. But you can't do the job. Nobody cares whether how good you can market. It's nice, but if you can't do the job, eh, it's you said correct, word of mouth would take you far. My uncle didn't advertise for a long time when he started his funeral business, funeral home in the 1950s. Gotcha. Byron, yes. Proof. I'm trying to think of a name of my business, like using an acting name from a failed company, because I can think of a good one, but reputation is key. Yep, not the name. So that's the thing. You gotta have the ability to do the job. The person who you're married to, they want you to do the job. Your kids expect you to do your job. That's all. When you can do your job, there's so much grace given to you. When you can do your job and you do your job right 98% of the time, that 2% of the time you make a mistake, the company like, hey, don't worry about it, just fix it. And I get that because I make mistakes. And they be like, hey, Griff, can you fix it? No problem. I'm not getting yelled at and fussed at. And that's the goal for this training is to get you to the point where you are no longer getting yelled at and fussed at. And you got a 98%, how do you say it? 98% success rate. That's what it is. Success rate. A 98% success rate in doing closings of all types. It's that simple. So that's the goal. That's what we're working toward. And I'm confident because we have several channel members, and the channel members we have, like Byron and others, they know. Them cats are on point. They know what they to do. They know how to get it done. And that's what I'm gonna do for y'all. So on the 29th of this month at 8 p.m. Eastern, it's gonna be on Zoom. You register, you'll get the link and all of that. Got the note, the code, the promo code notary for 20% off. Everything is in the description of this video. At the end, I'll put it in the pinned comments. And I'm telling you, if you're struggling with doing proper notarization, this is the place you want to be on the 29th. Even if you're out there in Aruba or in Antilles and you're on vacation, take a little time out because when you come off of vacation, it's going to be time to hit the ground running and you got to be ready to make that money. That's really what it's about and stuff, and right, um, I all I did was just stuck with my name, Griffin Notary Services. If you can come up with something that, at the end of the day, I'm telling you, you doing the job correct matters more than having a fancy name on high from His Majesty's, from the Greater Antilles Notary Service. And then you have all of that on your shirt. And then you got that and then you can't stamp nothing. y'all know because y'all sit in the Facebook groups, and in those Facebook groups, what do? They're constantly asking people how to do the job of a notary. That's what's happening, and we're going to eliminate that. Okay, we're going to eliminate that. Also, this course, this session is not about trying to understand how to talk about the documents and articulate the documents. It's about doing your job. When you understand how to do your job, everything else falls in line. So if you're looking at, oh, okay, I'm gonna learn how to explain these documents and express this, and that's not the goal of this here. It's how to get the job done. That's what this is all about. 110%. So that's the key. So do anybody have any questions, notary related, notary business related? We only got a few more days in this year, and it's time to quote unquote reset. Um, I'm done what I was looking to see how many companies I've worked with this year, and looks like I've worked with about 130 companies this year. I don't know if that's more than last year or not, but that's a good number of companies that I've done closings for. Where is it? Last year I had 138, I think, from what I'm seeing here. Let me check. Hold on, because sometimes I'll be having these little erroneous folders in here. So I got two folders that are empty. All right, get rid of them from last year. So 136. Um, yeah, so it looks like last year I worked with about 136 different companies last year. Okay, and then 130 this year. And some of them companies might have done fell off the map and everything. So, and then in 2022, you're looking at 123. So steadily moving up, and I like that. I like that. I like that. And then in 2021, did 120 companies. So good. Good mileage app. I don't use a specific mileage app, to be honest with you. Um, I actually don't. I just plug it in and using Notary Assist, or you can use Notary Gadget. It's some basically keeps track of it, but you can use any. I know one's called Mile IQ, and this you can use any mileage app. You just have to, I mean, nowadays you could probably download two or three and test them out and see how they work. Because the best way to figure out what's a good mileage app is to define what it is you want them to do. What do you want it to track, and what it gives you back for its data that you can use. But when I use Notary Assist, Notary Gadget, and see, here's the other side of the house. I do enough miles that trying to track every little piece of mile that I do, for me, it's not going to make too big of a difference. I mean, if I'm already just driving, my base driving is about 2,000 miles a month. Trying to track the quarter of a mile going to FedEx, the quarter of a mile to go back here. I mean, yeah, if you look at it in the grand scheme of things, but that's just too tedious for me. Personally, that's just too tedious for me to keep track of every little thing. Now, if you're doing this part time, or you're not doing 70, 80, 90, 100 closings a month, you're not driving 2,000 miles, then yeah, I understand trying to keep track of every single business mile that you do. Going to the store to pick up paper, coming from the store after you pick up paper, going to the store to get this, that, and the other. I get that. Going to Office Max if you ordering, getting toner from them, that I understand. I understand all of that. So it all depends on how much you're trying to really track with the miles and everything. Is that sometimes I use groups like Facebook to test my knowledge, keeping the rules fresh in my mind since I have. So setbacks couldn't start. Some setbacks. Got it. And if they got some of the Facebook groups I will say are good, but some of them are full of mess. I look the question up if I don't know for sure. I don't really look at the comments. Gotcha. So that's what this is about, is helping you get to where you need to be and where all of us have to be. This is non-negotiable. We all have to be a notary who can do the proper notarial acts, jurat, acknowledgement, copy certification, corporate acknowledgments, you name it. We have to be able to do it. And if we can't do it, then what good are we? All of the fancy marketing, all of the fancy cups, pens, having pens with your name on it, all of that kind of stuff. None of that matters if the work that you do is subpar, is below standard. And that's the number one thing that I'm trying to get people to understand. Stop doing trash notary work. And that's what this here training is about, keeping you from doing trash notary work. Boom. That's what this is about. And now that I think about it, there's a couple of companies that, yeah, there's one or two that I don't actually have to do anything with the documents. So I keep track of how many companies I do based off of the fact that I have to download documents. But there's a couple of companies that I actually don't download documents for. They just, they have them when I get there. I just show up and boom. So I'm probably at 134 or 35 companies that I've worked with this year. And that's good. That's good. Given the fact that a lot of people have gotten out of the business. So I see there's no other questions, any concerns, any thoughts, ideas concerning this business. I'll be more than happy to answer them for y'all before I call it a night. I got 2 closings tomorrow. Like I said, I'm waiting on the docs for one, and I got the docs for the other one. I'm gonna prep them. Depends on what time I got that closing tomorrow. What time do I have it tomorrow? 11 in the morning. I might prep them tomorrow morning. Will you be covering some of the commercial? Yeah. Commercial notarial certificates. Yes. No one. Yeah. I'll cover. Yeah, I will be covering that. I will be covering that. The commercial. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Good to see you there, Jeff. Good to see you there, buddy. Yeah. Yeah. I will be covering that. And everything. And I'm gonna have an email for those who register. I'm gonna have an email for Ebony to give everybody. That way they can ask any questions. They can ask me some questions ahead of time and I'll address them, because I know some people don't like asking questions publicly. They're concerned about looking bad and all of that kind of stuff. So to protect people's anonymity, I'm gonna have an email that they can email me questions to, and and then I'll address those questions. Hopefully we have time for me to address all of them, but I'm pretty sure whatever comes, the questions will get answered, and it'll help me to understand where people are at. So, and I know it can be nerve wracking. I know it can be nerve wracking, but trust me, once you clear your mind and know what you're supposed to be doing, everything else will fall in line. It will. I was stuck on something today. It was a notarial certificate, and I'm looking at it was a for a business, and it was a corporate one, and I'm looking at it, and that thing had me stumped. And I was like, let me pull out my corporate one for Virginia. And I just used that one because the one that was in there was just so complicated. It was weird the way they had it worded, and I didn't know what to fill in the different blanks. There was one or two blanks that I was like, this it seems like it's repeating itself. And I say, you know what? Like I always say, if the notarial certificate gives you a headache, just use your state. Just use the one for your state. And that's what I did. And everything should be will be fine because that's what I'm supposed to do. All right. So been up here for about a half hour. I think everybody's good to go. So again, doing this training here, me and Ebony Locke. I greatly appreciate her trusting me with the people who she's working hand in hand with for her business and general notary basics. We're going to be going over some general stuff just to get people in the right direction because these are things that these trainers are not teaching, they're not helping you to know, and they tell you straight up to your face after taking your $500. Oh, well, you should have figured that out before you came to me. You should have already known that. And if you don't know what you're supposed to do as a notary, they are not going to even try to help you. And y'all know that's the truth. Okay. Y'all know that's the truth. So we're gonna make sure you understand proper notary verbiage, certificates, how to correctly fill out the journal, what to do if you make a mistake, and many other things. And the many other things is whatever it is that you have that you faced. That's what we're trying to do. I get them from the NNA. I have done videos where I showed you because I have the NNA hotline membership, and because the NNA, you have the NNA hotline membership, um you can download their notary certificates. Um, so when you're in here in the profile thing, notary certificates, and then you can just sit here and and it shows you all the ones that you can use for your state. You know, if you're in New York, it shows you all of that. So these are just basic ones that you can use for your state. They should match what your state requires. If not, maybe let them know, but it should match the ones for your state's requirements. And this is where I get mine from. And then what I do is I actually go into Adobe and I will tweak them a little bit to make sure that like I'll put my um what I put on there. I put the year on there. I just go ahead on and print the year on there. Let me pull one up for you real quick. So what I this is what I do. I just go ahead on and get the basic information in there that I need. So I got the state, I got the year, you know. So like I'm going to change this to 2025, and then I'm gonna change this to be notary certificate for 2025. And then as I need them, I just print them out because they'll already have the year 2025 on them. If there's whatever I got in my bag that I've already printed with this, I just shred it and all of that. So this is what I do. I just put the basic information up there, and I always print out about 20 of these, keep them in my bag. If I'm not using that many of them, then they're gonna last me a good little while. So I have the acknowledgement as well as the jurat and some corporate acknowledgments and copy certifications. I keep those in my bag with me all the time. I do not want to be running around with those big jurat notary stamps. I know a lot of people are big into that because they don't want to do that. And like Jeff said, he created his own. Long as it meets your state requirements, that's fine. Everybody's different in their personality. Some people want something a little bit more fancier or a little bit more personalized. The reason why I don't personally, the reason why I don't care is because once I submit this, I'm never going to see it again. I'm not. It's going to get filed away somewhere. So it's not like I need to put, a holographic image of myself. Not saying that Jeff's doing that, but I don't need to make it so fancy. I just need it to do what it's supposed to do. And as long as it's accepted by the courts, that's all that matters. And right, and stamps don't work well, at least in California. Right. So people want to buy those big jurat stamps. I don't have 5 bags. I mean, unfortunately, for some young ladies, they got all these extra bags and stuff. I ain't got time for a notary, jurat stamp that's as big as my phone, you know, stamping on that. I don't have time for that. And then in some cases, there's not enough space for you to put that stamp on there. So I just prefer to do this. I just prefer to use the paper, and I'm good to go. That's what I do, you know. Um, and I haven't had any problems whatsoever. No one has ever told me that the notarial certificate that I submitted was incorrect or couldn't be used or none. I've never had anybody tell me that. The title company, the lender, nor a courthouse, because all they care about is does it meet the state requirements? And that's our job to make sure that it does. And if it does, they don't go back and check like, okay, let me see if okay, this is what they submitted. Boom, you on roll with it. And I have never had a problem in 6 years, over 3,000, probably now over 4,000 notarial assignments. No one has ever told me the notarial certificate that you submitted, you can't use that one. You got to use this because not because only reason why they tell me to not to use this is if they don't want to pay extra fees for having extra paperwork. More than for recording fees and stuff. All right. So other than that, I think we good to go, party people. So again, thank you very much. All the information for the training is in the description. The 29th of this month, 8 p.m., 10 p.m. We're gonna get you taken care of. If you have somebody interested in becoming a notary, this will be a great opportunity for them to come in and get a and get a real honest view of what they're supposed to do, not the marketing side, not trying to start a signing company side, not writing books, tapes, and CDs side, not trying to sell merch. Okay. Not talking about all that. Talking about you doing your job as a notary. And if that's what you want to learn how to do, this is the course to come take on January the 20, I mean, on December the 29th, 2024 at 8 p.m. Register. You'll get the link and we'll go from there. All right. Y'all have a good one. Talk to y'all later. Peace.